What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And there seems to be some miscommunication about how I feel about the Cleric and how people are shocked in my last few videos that it wasn't in like the worst classes or classes I didn't really like a lot. And oh, whoa, don't you worry, it's still down there. This video, we're going to talk about 3 classes that can easily replace the Cleric. 3 classes that you can have in your party that can pretty much do the Cleric's job, and you don't even need to worry about it. So here we go. You guys are going to be shocked. You're going to be appalled, and you're going to be like, how dare you pick these 3 classes to replace the Cleric? Number 1, an easier class you can obtain. You can get this, you can get a Fairy Familiar pretty early in the game. You can even get him in Chapter 2, so you can get that Cleric out of your party as early as Chapter 2 if you want. Why is the Fairy Familiar a good choice? Well, for one, it can cast heal. So there you go. You got your heal right there. Whatever the best heal you got, slap it on, and you're good on. She's good to go. She's powerful right there. Already a better healer, you know. And then we can boon everybody that defends. You know, we got to have a Cleric because I got a boon. Nah, you can have the Fairy Familiar do it. You can have your Rune Fencer do it. You know, you got options. You don't have to settle for less when you have a Fairy Familiar that can do the same thing. And now you're looking at this and you're like, okay, cool. So you can just do a regular heal and then boon. I got one more for you. I got one more. Something that can be very useful. And that is this move right here. So it's a short range ability. So it's area 1, range 2. So it's got 2 range. That's okay. Basically, cut the fairy's HP in half and give it to the other person. And not only give it to the other character, other unit, it reduces their RT to 0. So think of this as a, well, whatever your hit points are. So right now, think of this as a 500. We're just going to say 500 hit point heal, which is insanely better than heal 3. 500 hit point heal, and I reduce the unit's RT to 0, so they get their turn really quick next turn, or, you know, coming up in that. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 combo pack. It's kind of like a boon of swiftness, even though it only does it for one. It just does it one turn. It's like a velocity shift, I guess. You know, you get it for your next turn. Even better because it reduces it to 0, like I said. Reduce RT to 0 and heal for 500 hit points. Man, that sounds like a really good skill. And you're like, well, now the fairy's at 500 hit points. Oh, have no need to fear. The fairy can just heal 3 and practically get back all their hit points. So then you can just do it again. And oh, sure, she might only go back up to 800. But still, another 400 heal. That's still greater than heal 3. So it is 35 MP, but, you know, we got meditate. We're good. So there you go. There's 2 different heal options. One with an RT boost. And we got Boon of Swiftness. And already we got a better Cleric. And that's just number 3 on the list. What's number 2? Oh boy. Number 2. Now, you're not going to be able to get a Necromancer, probably, unless you were in Chapter 3 and you want to struggle during the boss fight with, I forget who it is, but there's one there you can get, but you're just going to get smacked around by the boss while you're trying to recruit it, so it's kind of annoying. But Necromancer is also a great substitute for Cleric. Now, hold on. The Necromancer doesn't heal anybody. You're right. The Necromancer does not heal, so this will be a strange substitution, you would think, right? No, it's still good. Because why do you bring a Cleric into Palace of the Dead? To exorcise the undead. What do we got here? Look at this. We can get rid of undead. Necromancer has a couple options, and it can even have the banish spell. You can just remove undead from the field when they're stilled. They're just gone, wiped away. You can stop them from being revived. You can just banish them. So, a main reason I bring a Cleric, believe this or not, I actually bring a Cleric into the Palace of the Dead sometimes, if there's like 15 undead units, just to help sweep the floor. My Cleric's like a janitor, see? He doesn't really do anything. He just comes into the battlefield. He might heal now and again, so I feel like I'm getting some value out of him. But at the end of the day, he's on cleanup duty, and he's just sweeping up the undead on the floor with exorcism. That's all he's doing. He has no other purpose on the battlefield except cleaning up the remnants. So why bring a unit that can't even attack or do anything when you can just bring the Necromancer that can do AoE, single target? We got other stuff we could put on him. I just don't have a lot of those good spells. But I got a janitor right here that's a little bit more than a janitor, you know? So the only downside about the Necromancer is the hit points are a little lacking there. It's a little rough. But we got our janitorial undead removal right here with a little extra spice to spice it up. And heck, if we're out and about in Palace of the Undead, we might as well start recruiting some ghosts and phantoms and skeletons too while we're at it, right? Might as well just do that too, so he's even better. So that's just number 2. Now, number 1, you kind of have to do this right, and you guys know what number 1's going to be. I mean, it's the princess. It's Koshua. Now this will be harder to get. You won't get this till chapter 4 if you're on the lawful route and you answer the questions right. But she is literally everything the cleric is embodied to be. She is what I wanted the cleric to be. And a lot of reasons I dislike the cleric and hate the cleric isn't because I hate clerics. Oh no. I love a good cleric. I love the class, a good cleric in D&D, a lot of other video games. We got good clerics, but I was just disappointed with its lack of utility and power. So we can do every kind of heal in the book. We can do AoE heal with Princess. So there you go. The main reason people bring a cleric for the AoE heal, because that's the only thing it does well, and it's the only thing that's kind of like locked to it. We can AoE heal with the Princess. We can heal with the Princess. We can do more heals. I don't think the Princess can boon though. I could be wrong. This is I haven't really. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I can't boonie the Swiftnessy. Oh yes, I can. Yeah, I can boon too. So there you go. You can throw a boon on her too, but I don't have a boon on her because I'm a crazy guy. So we can do everything. We can boon a Swiftness. We can heal. We got offensive AoE magic, which is nice. Sucks she only got 4. I kind of put heal 2 just for the MP, even though she has meditate 4. Sometimes, I just want to throw off a little heal. I could probably replace this. We'll put on boon maybe. But I mainly just use these 2 with her, and then I attack with her honestly more than I heal with her. So, we're just throwing avalanche on everybody. But we got holy water right here. Here you go. Here's your removal of undead. So we got our janitor to sweep up the undead floors. I mean, we got everything we want. We literally have the cleric that should be in the game. Should be as the cleric as the princess. I mean, I don't know what more is there to say. We do everything the cleric does, but better stats. We got some different skill options available. The one thing the cleric has, I will defend the cleric on this point. They got Mother's Blessing auto skill. If any of those other units had Mother's Blessing, I know a Necromancer wouldn't have that, but if Princess had Mother's Blessing, this would be a just done, no comparison there. But that's the one thing the cleric has is Mother's Blessing. If you want to give it some benefit, benefit of the doubt. But these are my 3 classes. These are 3 classes that I think you can easily swap in as early as Chapter 2, even with the little fairy, to replace your cleric. Now, cleric is useful in Chapter 1 because you don't have any other options, and you're not going to have money to buy items. But outside of that, items and these units are going to carry your squad, carry your team through the whole game. You're never going to need a cleric, except in Palace of the Dead. And that is one of the reasons why the cleric is still, relatively useful to me. And the AoE heal is nice, especially when you get Major Heal 3. And, finally, Heal 4 does a 33% heal, but you can put that on anybody. Or a 25% heal, I'm sorry. And, so when I make a lot of my videos about units that are kind of bad or underperforming, most of them just don't really have... there's a lot of classes that can do it better. And there are a lot of... I just showed you 3 classes that are probably better clerics here to an extent. But I still give the cleric some credit. I still give it some credit. If I had a top 5, it would be in there for sure. But so I don't want to crap on the cleric too much. I mean, I still understand its usefulness. I'm not just blindly hating the cleric. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, these are my 3 classes that I think easily replace a cleric. Is there something I missed? Is there other classes that replace a cleric even better? Let me know. What do you use to replace a cleric? How do you deal with that? Or do you always bring a cleric to battle? Because I know you guys are out there. You guys that are like, I always bring a cleric. Man, I don't know. We gotta have a discussion. You don't need to always bring a cleric. You just, I don't know. There's something. Man, I don't know why you always bring a cleric. You must not run any other units that are capable of healing then. You must just go full offense, have nobody that can cast any kind of healing. You don't bring any items because you're one of those cool kids that, doesn't bring items because you play with special rules. But, man, I don't know why you would need a cleric for every battle. Please tell me, if you're one of those people, why do you need a cleric for every battle? I need to know this. I need to know this. Am I doing something wrong? I don't know. It's all fun, guys. Hey, It's great having these discussions with you, great with you guys commenting in the chat. I love to hear your input. I love to read what you have to say, respond to you, just have a little discussion. It's a fun game, you know, nothing's serious, nothing's law, there's no specific way to play. You play how you enjoy. Have fun with the game. That's all that matters. Thank you guys for all the love and support, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, later guys. Peace.